Hey,
¿Qué lo que tú dices, mira?
what's going on, Adulterers? Welcome back to the Adulthood podcast. This is volume 35, Marty. December 11th coming out. As I mentioned in last week's episode, we're going to be doing guests for the rest of the month of December. We have a great guest today. Absolutely one of my favorite people. You guys are going to absolutely love her. Thank you guys for always listening and tuning in. Real quick, I know we have so many listeners and people that tell me that they love the podcast. Just right now, like before you even listen, right now, just give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up and a like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm, really helps the podcast grow. Yep. And so many people come up to me and tell me that they love it, but I'm like, so just give it a like on YouTube.
Tell somebody.
Or on Spotify or 5-star it on Apple Music, wherever. I don't have much road dates for the rest of the year. I'm in Miami, December 27th and 28th. Miami Improv, come check me out. And I apologize ahead of time. I know I sound congested. Marty got me sick. I'm getting over a cold. Everyone here
from Scotland.
Everyone in the studio is getting over a cold, so I'm sorry if I sound congested. But we didn't want y'all to miss a week. Thank y'all for listening.
Thanks,
Adulthood.
guys.
Later. Episode what?
35.
We don't call them episodes, Marty.
Volume.
We'll call them volumes. Volume 35, December 11th.
Middle-aged.
Are we live?
December 11th, yes.
Are we rolling?
Volume 35. Man, we're 35 eps in.
We're going to do the intro after?
We're keeping all this in, Marty. We don't cut here.
Never.
Are we good?
Yep.
Volume 35, December 11th, baby. We are in the holidays.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to the Adulthood podcast. I'm Ian Lara. This is DJ APM. This is the #1 health and wellness podcast in the hood.
Numero uno.
And as promised, when did we promise? Last week?
Yep.
For December, we wanted to do a holiday guest,
Giving you treats.
bringing in some of my favorite people.
Whoop, whoop.
And we're kicking it off with a hit.
Woo!
This is one of my favorite people. Super funny comedian. Please, adulterers, welcome Kerryn Feehan.
Woo!
Hey,
Yes,
wow,
sir.
this is such a thrill. I'm
Welcome,
so happy
welcome.
to be here.
Yeah, when they said we were flattening out and we needed guests, you were the first person that I was like,
You were flattening out.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
production.
You
That's
said-
the production. They don't like.
Did
Yeah.
they?
Yeah, they said
HR.
the show's
You've plateaued.
the show's
Yeah.
failing.
Yeah.
Bring in a white woman.
We've hit our peak. Yeah, that's our demo.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what we do here at the Adulthood podcast?
What do you mean? I'm your #1 listener. Didn't you see my Spotify Wrapped? I put it in my story.
It was in the story.
It was
Thank
all
you.
day. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Well,
You're welcome.
if you're new listeners, what we do here is we're basically just two men that teach women how to be women.
And police their bodies.
You know,
stupid.
that's kind of our thing.
That's so stupid.
No, I was telling you, you thought our listeners was like mostly girls, and
I
it's
always
not.
ask.
It's not. It's like half and half.
I'm always curious about your fan base.
I mean, from our comments, it seems like it's a lot of single mothers also, too.
Okay.
A lot of
Shout
single
out to the
mothers.
single moms.
Mothers
out
who
there.
their dad left.
That's a great demo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They definitely are. They show a lot of love, too. So
Yeah.
shout out to all of
They
the
have
single
stuff to
mom
live for.
adulterers. Yeah.
They have stuff to live for. They have priorities.
Responsibilities.
You know,
Yeah.
if they're also maintaining themselves, like that's like really noble.
Yeah,
that's true.
Sometimes they could think they're a little better than you. I don't like that part of it.
Yeah.
But aren't they?
Yeah,
You know what
but
I mean?
most people are better than us. But the whole thing is like you
But
have to.
mothers like push humans out of
And
themselves. Like,
then-
That's debatable, to be honest.
Single
Not every
mothers,
time.
too.
Yeah,
Single mothers.
because some of
that's
them
a
are getting
different breed.
surgeries to get it taken out.
That's
so
fine. I mean,
are we treating them the same? Like if you got a
Yes.
C-section,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
still a
Has to be
mom.
Yeah.
Equal? Okay.
That's still the
you
same.
still had something pushing on your bladder for 9 months. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
have something pushing on my bladder now.
What? What? You have a butt plug in?
vibrating.
Speaking of butt plugs, I advertised the sex toys that were sent to my house. I got so many messages.
You've
about,
been solicited. We've been solicited,
about people
but
saying-
you've been solicited.
I don't
And
think we're gonna have
Are
to do
you
a
sure it
toy
wasn't
drive,
just an
Marty.
ex-girlfriend
so.
that sent you those?
No, it was a company. It was a company.
What's the name of the company?
I don't want to give them.
We're not
I don't
gonna
want to
shout
give them
out.
the free promo.
No free
Okay.
plugs.
But they sent me 2 boxes. We're gonna have to do a toy drive.
How
But
many-
like the amount of people
For
that
the
have
single
been
moms.
saying that, like, hey, send it to me, send me 5. Like, basically, you just begin distributing orgasms. You're like an orgasm.
Somebody was like,
pusher.
send me 5. I'm like, that's
Yeah,
just like
that's greedy.
this is why you're single.
75?
no,
send
send
me
me
5.
5.
Oh, send me 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Why? They only have how many holes can they? You have a couple charging at a time. I mean,
Well,
A
I do hear that they sometimes they lose charge and women get mad about that.
Okay.
Like if you want to use it and there's no charge.
a lot of vibrator chargers are universal though. Like they work on like you can do your vape.
It's like USB-C
nice.
vape.
It's like I think a lot of them are coming with like the iPhone thing, so you could just like connect it to your iPhone.
Yeah,
it's like a Roomba. You could just like start it from the time you
I
on
stopped
your way
using
home.
vibrator.
okay.
I used to use one all the time, and then I just stopped one day.
Why?
I just started using my hand. You know why? I got sick of charging it. I was like, fuck this. I lost the charger. Or no, my dog chewed on it. And I was like, I don't know if I can disinfect this to a point where I can use it again. And then I just started using my hand.
Yeah.
It's less to think about. It's less tools. It's faster.
It's organic,
So
right?
how was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. We talked about this a lot.
Wait a minute.
How
First of
often
all, for the
Auntie
people who
Kerryn's
don't know,
coming?
tell them a little bit about yourself
Why?
because maybe they're not
'Cause
privy to you. First of all, you're
Very interested.
you're a comedian, hilarious comedian,
Thanks for leading with that.
hilarious comedian. No,
And-
I always thought you were
and
super funny.
worldwide sex worker.
You're not are you considered a sex
International?
worker?
Of course I am.
Is it considered sex work? What you
I
do?
think if you have an OnlyFans, you're a sex worker.
You have an OnlyFans.
We can debate that. Maybe not. Some people, I mean, I guess maybe they're like making sculptures of like Play-Doh on there.
On OnlyFans.
I mean, some people knit.
You got in pretty early, right?
I got in right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, so right before the boom.
Yeah, I gotta commend that because I'm
Genius.
always late to like these apps. Like I'm always like apps come out and I'm always like I don't want to sign up until it's a thing. And then this came out and you were like, boom, I'm putting my vagina on it immediately.
What made you jump on so like
No
quickly?
pussy on Maine though.
Oh, okay. Only behind the paywall.
Only behind the paywall. But the problem is comedy fans are real good little sleuths and they spend a lot of time on Reddit.
Yeah.
So my stuff started getting leaked like pretty early.
Yeah.
And that's when you kind of have a decision, right? You're like, I'll either let this like affect me like psychologically and fucking lose my mind, hire a lawyer. You can hire a lawyer and they can like go and you can do it yourself too. You can like get them take it down or whatever, but it's just like kind of a never like a hamster wheel type thing. It's like it's never gonna stop.
Did you know that he wanted to be an attorney? Would you have been an OnlyFans attorney?
I thought you wanted to be a sex worker.
Well, I am
Sex
that.
worker attorney?
I am that. But you're rich.
Yeah. But I didn't know you wanted to be an attorney.
Just
Yeah.
Did you go to any form of law school?
I was undergrad. I was pre-law undergrad.
Maybe you did tell me that.
But you're like very smart too.
Yeah.
You're not just like a dumb sex worker.
What are you implying that sex
You're
workers
smart.
are
Like you told me
typically dumb?
you were
First
like
of all,
you got like a perfect score on your SAT.
I got really great SAT scores, got me a presidential scholarship into college. It was like 75% free.
Yeah.
What
Thank
school did you go
God.
to?
Marymount Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, well, thank God though, because I was such a raging alcoholic. I got kicked out of 2 dorms by the time I was a junior, so I had to pay my own rent.
Yeah, I met you. Like we became friends after you stopped drinking.
Yeah,
Mm.
the 3rd time.
You stopped.
Is this my
That's the
camera?
charm.
three times. 3 times is not bad. That's not. That's not.
like within the window.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, I was like, wow. Like, there's been the times I like had to jumpstart like the quitting. It was so like the first like I remember counting days. That's always the hardest like couple weeks.
The first time or the third time?
All of the times.
All of the times.
You know, because it just means you're that many days away from probably like the worst day of your life.
And now, because rock bottom, you saying?
Yeah.
And now you're around alcohol all the time. I mean, I try to convince you to drink every day, and you don't
Constantly. He'll put like a cab under my nose. He's like, "Are you getting the notes?"
do it. Yeah, nobody wants to drink alone.
Yeah, you're a fucking alcoholic. No. I'm just
Who wants to
kidding.
be a lonely
Yeah.
drinker?
You're so supportive.
You don't drink that much. I've
No, I
never
don't.
seen you. I maybe seen you drunkish once.
What, at the Chappelle party?
Yes.
Yeah. But that was during COVID, and
Yeah.
I announced it because we
Was
talk
that when
about
you
this.
were walking around with a jug of wine?
We talk about this on the Adulthood podcast.
You do.
We talk about like
Thanks for pointing the sign out. I wouldn't have seen it.
Did you not see
it's
it?
one behind you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
This is the hood.
The hot dog.
Yeah,
I get
we're
it.
the
I get
adults.
it.
Okay.
It's a great play on words.
But we talk about like if you're gonna black out as an adult, you have to like announce it. It can't be by mistake.
No.
It can only if you're blacking out by mistake, That's like a kid.
Yeah, you have to plan it.
You're a child.
Like
Yeah.
you have to plan. I'm going for it today. Somebody might have to hold my hair.
Yeah.
Or
How often
somebody's
were you
gonna-
blacking out?
That's so true.
Yeah.
Because to an alcoholic, it's that every time.
See,
It's
You were blacking out every
All
time
right,
you
all
got
right.
drunk?
When you at nighttime, yes. But I was like such an alcoholic that I was drinking like before work. So there was like two types. There was the maintaining because I needed it in my system. Like without it, I would be like very, very sick.
mm-hmm.
And then the nighttime drunk that was like, let's get arrested.
Were you like to the point where you were so efficient that you would like out drink like dudes? Like dudes would be like, "Hey, you want to get a drink?" And you're like, I don't think you're ready for this." Like, I would
Yeah,
drink you
I mean,
under-
I would like say I could. I would go up to every dude.
and then
like,
would they like be like, "No, you can't," and then
they'd be
you
like,
know,
okay, like is that throw up on your shoulder? Like you're gross.
"Yeah,
Get
oh,
away
okay."
from me.
When did you start drinking? Because you're Irish from Boston, so I imagine at your
That's right. 14. I mean, technically, like my uncle handed me like a cocktail when I was like 6 or 7 at Christmas. That was like an accident.
It's always that uncle.
Yeah, Uncle Mark, R.I.P. But
Shout out Mark.
I
Rest in
brought it.
peace.
I brought it to my mom, and I was like, "Oh, Mark just gave me this. It tastes weird." And then she took a sip. She's like, "What the fuck, Mark? You're giving my daughter booze? She's 6."
And when did you realize you had a problem?
Oh man, you think I have a problem? That's like such a good question because it's like that like thing in the back of your head somewhere, you know, deep down, you know, like after maybe like the 10th time you've like hit your head or like blacked out or like had to apologize to your like best friend because you called her a fucking fat whore in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So like you know, but you're just like not ready to fucking let go.
Let it go.
'Cause
Yeah.
You love it.
Because the
Yeah.
fucked up part, excuse my language, but like the fucked up part is that like some
Hey,
parts
my
of
butthole's on the internet.
oh, that's true.
Don't swear around me.
I know. Alcohol is fun.
It's so
you know,
fun.
It's so fun, especially like when you're good at it.
Yeah.
I find that it's like mainstream now to be sober.
It's the tide is shifting. I think it has to do with growing up. I think drinking
Is that what it is?
Adulthood.
I think drinking
Shameless.
is typically it's a young person's game. They bounce back. They don't feel the effects.
Yeah.
Jerks.
Yeah.
Punks.
Did you used to get the
Yeah.
anxiety the next day? Because I get that now, and you've seen me. Like I'm mostly chilling, but I wake up
mostly
the next day and I'm like just
You're a terrible
embarrassed.
person.
Yeah, I'm just embarrassed.
You just have the sads.
Damn,
Yeah.
that happened to me recently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just-
'cause
even
it-
with my family, like I'll be with my family, and I'll have like a couple drinks, and then the next day I'll be embarrassed.
You'll just feel like a little shame
Yeah, I'll feel shame. Yeah,
about just having drank or like something that you did or said while you were drunk.
or calling one of my cousins a fat whore, or spitting in
Is
one
that
of my
the thing?
uncle's face. Or, you know, normal fun drink stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you drinking though?
Yeah. I right now I mostly just drink wine now. 'cause-
Yeah, you love your wine.
yeah. I mean the
It's very
hard liquor,
Cosby-esque.
That's what it
right?
is.
It's
The-
like-
the hard
it's giving
Smidle.
Cosby.
the hard liquor, the
Cosby
hard
Street.
liquor just destroys me. It just.
Yeah, well, like
What was
the
your
truth
drink of
is-
choice?
I mean, I would drink everything. Like, I mean, I had a love affair with alcohol.
Irish whiskey.
Sure, Jameson, double JMO ginger would be in order if I was trying to get fucked up.
Damn, that
But you're
sounds
so
like a
strong
party.
because you just decided, hey, I'm done. I mean, you didn't decide it; the law did. and-
All these-
but you were able to do it. So many people struggle with.
It sucks because to me, it's like not even like a thing really anymore because it's been so long.
How
How
long?
long has it been?
Over 5 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So to me, I've like leaned so far the other way into
Mhm.
like the health shit that like
Yeah, you're
That's-
definitely you're addicted to health now.
That's
yeah.
the other extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just can't be chilled.
What do you want from me to be
Like
sedentary?
just be. You can't be a regular person.
I can't be an average person.
No, you have to
I'm
be
above
addicted to something.
average.
So now
Sorry.
you wake up at like 5. You wake up at 6 a.m. and you're
My
like
body
you're
wakes up
jogging
at
5
6 a.m.
miles.
I'm not jogging 5. I'm jogging a little with my dog though, and then we play with her frisbee. 6 to 8 are like the dog hours.
Mm.
Then I go back, and now I'm getting better. That's like 8 to 9 is my tidying my home time.
Okay.
I'm like not the best like cleaner. Like I'm
Why don't you hire a cleaning person? You're rich.
because it never lasts, right? It's like you spend like $200, $300, $400. I don't know, and they're there in your home for like 6 hours. And like, yeah, it looks good for a day, but
You just get them to come weekly.
I don't know if I
There's
want
a
to.
lady that does the comics, that cleans all the comics houses.
Oh, she has a target market.
She's like
Hmm.
she's I'll connect you with her.
Okay.
What if she
she's-
like wants to be a comedian and she's just using
That's
this for
hilarious.
She's like
research?
60, 70 years old.
So?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
So?
never stopped anybody.
She'll be on Netflix.
Yeah.
Fucking the golden comedian.
No,
Shout out to the Golden Bachelor.
At what point did you say to yourself, "Hey, I want to put my butthole on the internet"?
That's a nice segue.
We're gonna call you Ian Segue Lara.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's like my butthole's so close to my vagina that like it was gonna happen anyway when I'm like making my little stripping videos, my little sauna vids.
But I don't know what the percentage is, but most people most OnlyFans fail, right?
Well, I mean, that's first of all, OnlyFans is awesome.
I never thought about that, but okay.
OnlyFans is in general awesome. If you just look across the board, the money that women are fucking making.
They're raking it in.
Especially the top of the top, Cardi B, Black China, fucking Iggy Azalea, Bad Baby. They're making way more than me. Like,
you're in the top, what, 0.1%?
I'm in the top 0.67% right now.
Do they send you like plaques and stuff? Like,
they
I'm
should,
so
right?
intrigued.
I put it next to my YouTube plaque.
They should send you like a little
Subscribe
butthole.
to my YouTube channel too.
Like a little one of these.
A platinum butthole?
And
They
then you
should.
just put it
They should. They really should. They're
one of these.
stupid. They're stupid for not like. I think there's still like some shame, of course, like around like having an OnlyFans, but like,
Is there shame now?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You haven't felt shame?
I think it's mostly coming from women, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
Women
women are
hate
the
women.
worst.
Other women.
Yeah, they're the worst.
I don't think, and certain like the red pill type men. Like,
Okay.
That's us.
no. You guys
What's
have-
Red Pill?
Like, those guys, they'll have
Us, like
podcasts.
QAnon?
No,
Oh.
can you shut up? Not like you. They'll be like Sneeko and like those guys.
I know who it is. Us.
It's not you.
It's who we mock. It's what this podcast mocks is the guys who make podcasts to bring women on and
Right. Like
and then
6 OnlyFans girls that are like 19 and like have no following. And honestly, it's not a bad decision on their part to go on that podcast because they're going to get views. They're going to probably get subs. The problem is they're all borderline mentally. So when they speak to them and they just bomb and just clip after clip of like, I don't know. So it's like, but the truth is, if you really are just looking at the numbers, like women are profiting and women put their money back into the economy more than men. They shop more. They buy shit. It's services. It's goods.
It's also like property. So many women buying
go.
real estate,
Real
and
estate.
starting businesses and nail salons.
Yeah,
and,
LLCs, baby.
Yeah, they're doing that. Starting
there's a
trucking companies.
full war going on right now on the internet between women and men.
Yeah.
Is
Like
there?
it
you
just the
post a
internet?
clip
Is there?
and it'll just be 100 women versus 100 men just going at each other. I just sit back and watch. It's insane.
I think we have to identify and address the elephant in the room. You're way too hot to be doing comedy.
I
Has
disagree.
anybody, have you gotten that before?
I disagree. I think you're
I
just
look at your
right.
clips and
Just
I'm
right?
like,
Yeah, I think you're good for comedy.
wait, you're what is this?
I know. That feels
Have
really
you
good.
heard that before?
Yeah, I mean,
And
when
it's
I
not-
first started.
But you're also like very funny. It's not like, oh, she's hot, so you could just say like, yeah, and then people laugh. Like, it's very highly hilarious. So I'm just like, I'm confused by you. What's
That's
going on
good.
over here? Were you a big girl
Keep him on his
first?
toes. Was I a big girl?
Yeah.
That's a good, no.
So where did this comedy come from?
Um,
Where did the jokes come from?
I was thinking about saying my parents are both funny in
Okay.
different ways. My mom's like very like cutting, sharp, sarcastic, mean. Like if you're a fat person at the mall, like my mom's coming for
She's
you.
a
Like
ninja.
under her breath, she's
Okay.
like, look at that fucking like she's just fucking
Okay.
mean.
Okay.
Right.
My dad is a fat person and he's very funny too. He
Ah.
never knows when he's being funny.
Mm.
He when he thinks he's being funny, he's not being funny.
And when he's just being him,
He's hilarious.
Okay.
Walk me through the time when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Like when did you decide
So-
I'm gonna do this?
So
Yeah.
I was like starting to be a regular on Jim and Sam a lot. So those
the morning
fans
show, yeah.
started tweeting at me a lot. I didn't know what it was. Started OnlyFans because I would just post my ass anyway. I'd be
Yeah.
like, look at this we're getting
Yeah.
gains.
So you went on Jim and Sam. Shout out Jim and Sam.
Shout
Super
out.
funny show on
Yeah.
Sirius XM in the
Yeah.
morning. Nationally syndicated show is great. I've done it a bunch of times. And the people, the listeners were coming for you?
They would tweet all the time. They're like, just start an why not just start an OnlyFans?
So that's how you found out about it? You didn't even know?
I didn't
So
even
they
know.
put you on.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
even know. So
Shout
I was
out
like,
to the
what's
listeners.
I was like, what's OnlyFans? So you go, you do like a little snooping. Then it's like the pandemic hadn't hit quite yet. I think we're like in like maybe January, February, and there's tons of layoffs at my job. I was writing at Paramount Network, like low-level copywriter or whatever. And rumblings of like layoffs. So I was like, maybe I can just like start the OnlyFans now, and like we'll see if anything happens. And it was like not nude. It was like a couple topless pics, but super, super, super tame. And I think like the first day I made like $1,500, and I was like, oh,
The first day?
yeah,
No nude?
no nudes.
That's rent.
And I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
maybe we should. Then I got laid off, and I was like, fuck it, dude. What am I
Now,
supposed to do?
did you promote it or was it organic?
So it's weird because I kind of didn't really promote it overtly because you get in trouble. You get in trouble on Instagram, not on X.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That's true.
you get like strikes on Instagram, and I don't want to lose my Instagram accounts where I have my most followers. So I try to be kind of vague about it. But no, it just kind of, I tweeted the link out, and then it, popped off.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so good. I remember when I saw you like probably like a couple months after the pandemic, like maybe like in May.
I have like shopping bags
Or June,
everywhere.
yeah, and
We're
you pulled
rich.
up. Yeah, you pulled up in like the new like Escalade, like the luxury cars.
It's Uber Blacks
and you were
forever.
yeah, you were just like, I ain't getting. I'm like,
Hey guys,
what you been doing?
What's
You're not better at comedy.
Yeah.
The industry's still not responding to
Yeah.
you.
What just happened here?
No, do you do the feet pics? Because we talked about that here.
Yeah.
What an interesting group of people.
The feet people?
Passionate men. I mean, mostly men from
Yeah.
my,
Yeah. Johan.
Yeah.
Are you a feet guy?
He's big into
Hell
it.
yeah, good for
We
you,
don't
man.
kink shame here.
He only likes
No.
right foots though.
Only right
Right?
foot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Said
Okay.
the left one is always
It's
shaky.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Do you like the scrunch up, Johan?
No.
Whoa,
No?
this is real personal.
I would just prefer them to be
Clean?
like that, but
Shaved?
just like
Pedicured?
symmetrical like the toes.
Oh,
And the big toe has to be longer than the.
yeah. I see it. I see it. Yeah, you're a visual guy.
Okay.
You never thought about putting your feet in the
It's the symmetry.
ether?
I mean, yeah, I guess like I have feet guys that sub to me anyway. And they just like, they get the feet stuff too. Because my feet, sometimes I remember during the videos and I'll be like, one for you guys.
And then they go crazy.
They're like, yeah, it's our special
Yeah.
time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Now
very
you were in a
interesting.
relationship when you came out with the fans,
That's true.
right? How was that?
Really bad.
How did he take it?
Really bad.
Like Joe Smith, what's his name?
We had broken up
Yeah.
before the pandemic because of like lifestyle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we had like kept hooking up. But like I was spending a ton of time with him, and then I had roommates in Brooklyn. But with my writing job and like I was getting a lot of spots at the stand, I just like buckled down and saved money. This is pre OnlyFans, and I moved out of like the place where I had roommates, and I had my own place in the East Village.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he like would come, like we were still like hooking up like from time to time, and he didn't know about the OnlyFans. Like he had never figured it out, and I hadn't told him. And then like one time,
Is that cheating?
They weren't together.
we weren't together.
They were broken up.
They were broken up. We were broken up.
Okay, what if you're together? Is that cheating?
I think it's a conversation you should have with your partner for sure.
If you're in a relationship, you should tell, because we give people advice. People have questions.
And they
I
come
mean,
to us.
I've never had another person on my OnlyFans.
That's what I was gonna say. It's a solo fans.
Mhm.
I know, but if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're putting your vagina on the internet, you should tell them.
I think you got to.
Yeah.
They don't own your vagina though.
They don't. No, I mean, and like a lot of guys are fine with it. Some guys are really fine with it. It's the insecure guys are gonna have an issue.
Was he a comedian?
What was he?
Yeah.
No.
Was he funny?
Yeah, I made him funny.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, did you
Trained
look
him.
down on him? Like, I feel like it's hard for like women comedians, especially like hilarious ones.
I liked him a lot, but we were too different because he just came from money. His family had a lot of money, so he didn't pay rent. Like he
He didn't live a real life.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
so like if you don't pay rent in New York, like we're just not starting on the same baseline
No.
because everything to you is like extra puppies and kittens and like, oh, I worked and I get to just spend this money whenever I want.
That's how I feel with you.
Why?
Like you
No.
just be spending like you.
Oh, I don't
like,
work though.
You work, but it doesn't feel like work to me. It feels like
It's fun. Just because I got a fun job,
No,
it's not
look,
a job.
I support it. I subscribe.
but don't
I
you
just-
see the difference in like somebody buying you and giving you a home than somebody just
Oh, of course.
being rich?
Of course. Also, you were poor for like most
So
of
poor.
your for like
Well into my
your-
30s.
your entire life.
Extremely. I would say extremely poor.
Yeah. No,
but
not
like
extremely, but
roommates in Brooklyn.
yeah. That's The bottom. Yeah.
We're in Brooklyn too.
Deep off the L stop, the Wilson L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're like,
I'm in a bathroom though.
That's character.
Thanks.
I remember where did we went? We went to the Louis store.
Yeah.
And she walks in, she's like
the Christian Dior store I was rude to because they were rude.
She walks in like, hey, somebody take my bags. I want to purchase stuff.
I know, because that Christian Dior, I did a Christian Dior because the salespeople lined up like they were like an offensive line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Trying to block you
because
from
you
getting
were
into
that's
the
what it
store?
felt like. Because I was with fucking him. And I was
Yeah.
like, first of all,
Did they think
I'm
you were
going to
gonna rob
steal.
her?
Yeah. You're like, I'm the thief here.
Anybody's stealing. I'm fucking walking out with one of these little wallets in my pussy. So we go, and what did I do? No, I walked by a sales guy or a girl, I don't remember, and I handed her my phone. I was like, hold this.
Yeah. Just like, I'm like apologizing. I'm like, I'm sorry. I look like I was like her, like driving Miss Daisy. I'm like, I'm sorry. She's had a bad day.
Finest wear.
Yeah.
This is her first time out.
Because it's all goofy to me. Like, money's silly to me now. I think it's like really stupid.
No, do you feel comfortable saying like a top month? You don't have to if you don't want to.
I mean, yeah, when I first started, I was making like 70, 80 grand a month, but it's less than that now.
$80,000
I didn't
On
save
the
any of it. I don't know
solo
where the
fam.
hell it went.
in a month. You
Yeah.
spent it on Uber Black.
The first couple, yeah.
And Louis
Yeah.
and Christian Dior.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
fuck.
mean, I moved apartments. My cost of living, my nut every month is a little higher than it used to be.
You literally have hit me up like, hey, I'm going to buy this $5,000 hand. And I'm like, don't, Kerryn. Do not buy this.
That was the Princess Diana Gucci bag, and I still think I need it.
So wait, so when you told the guy that your vagina was out there for purchase,
And my
what
butthole.
did he say?
Yeah, my butthole. I mean, he said every mean thing that a hurt guy
What like
would
what?
say.
But y'all
What
weren't
does
together.
what does
Yeah, but we were still hooking up and we were still talking.
What
There
does
was,
a
like,
mean
the
hurt guy
prospect
say,
that
though?
we might get back together.
Oh.
What did he say?
Mhm.
He's like, you're a fucking stupid whore. You obviously suck at comedy. If you have to do this, you're fucking worthless. Blah 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 blah.
That's so mean.
No, I know.
it is.
I know.
I didn't know there was like such mean guys out
But
there.
it's that's
I'm
he's
naive.
just
That's
his
naive.
hurt. It's I know what it is. It doesn't hurt me, honestly.
Mm.
Like at first it would sting a little, like it was like a lot of texting and like some arguments. And then the thing with so when your parents buy you the apartment that you live in, your relationship with them is different than
Because they run everything pretty much.
So did he tell his mom? I remember
she
you had
found
a thing.
it. She's
She
fucking
found it.
psycho.
She went looking for you.
She did because she came to him and was
She
like, "Are
told
you
him?
still? Yeah,
Do you
she's like,
know-
are you still dating her?" Da, 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 da.
Was she jealous?
How did
was
she find
like
it?
What's it? Epidus?
I don't think it's that hard to find.
What's the
Oedipus.
Oedipus? Was it
Oedipus
Oedipus
complex.
complex,
Absolutely.
complex over there?
Oedipus, yeah.
That's crazy.
Was she hot?
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Oh, I get it then.
Mm.
Very pretty. Still
Was he
is.
the only
Still
child?
is very pretty. No, he has an older, much more successful sister.
Okay, but only boy.
Only boy, yeah.
You know how moms are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've dealt with a few. God, that's why that was the only good thing about dating Louis J. Gomez. Dead mom.
My mom's dead.
I know. I just looked at you and realized when I said it.
You went to her funeral.
I just thought of it when I said
So there you have it, ladies. I'm a catch.
I'm so uncomfortable.
No mom.
You did. You went from
adulthood
an
pod.
8 to a 9 when your mom passed away. Nice job. Good job.
Shout out mom, always holding me down.
R.I.P.
Even in the afterlife.
Oh my
I
God.
did go to your mom's funeral. I love you.
Yeah. So at any point did you feel like, because I feel like a lot of people listening to this, like there's a lot of like the girls listening to this, I'm sure they've considered it.
Yeah.
And they never get to hear like people actually
A
talk about it.
success story
Yeah, a
at
success
that.
story. Because
Yeah.
most are failures, right?
I mean, I think you have to weigh the pros and cons. Yeah, if you don't have a following,
Failing on OnlyFans is tough because if you put your vagina on the internet
And it gets
nobody
rejected?
buys it,
Yeah.
it's like,
Because
where do we go from here?
It's like,
No.
think about it. It's one thing to like
What's-
put your dick out there, right? Dicks get rejected all the time. But on the flip side, how many vaginas just get rejected? Like, truthfully speaking. So like if you're putting your whole anatomy out there, you said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, and you get rejected,
it's rough.
there's therapy out there for that. Adulthood Pod, subscribe, listen to all of the vibes because we got you. Damn.
How do you find content? How do you come up with content?
It's the same shit all the time.
Do you have
Yeah,
great
they don't
music?
get tired. Your guys
I
don't
do
be
play
like, hey,
music.
do
Yeah.
something different.
Yeah.
I've never answered a message.
Oh, really?
Oh,
But people can send you private requests, right, for money?
Do they send tips?
Man, who knew that there was all these men that just wanted to pay for photos?
I knew.
There's a lot of men out there. You're honestly like, when you think about it, you're a specialist, and you're also like, you have the insight into the mind of a man. If you really think about it.
Yeah. I mean, and you guys are great. I mean, all the positive reinforcement I've gotten of late of like the past few years about like my body, like as I get older, are from men. You know, you have like some girls here and there are confident enough to be like, confident women like me and like respond to me, but like insecure women just don't. And then
So you agree, like generally speaking, men are better people than women.
And supportive.
I'd rather hang out. No offense, Marty. I'd rather hang out with guys.
What's your very pick me
I'm
Kerryn?
not even though. Like I'm not a guy's girl like that.
No, you're not. You hate guys.
I think I just said that because I hang out with men more. Every night I hang out with guys, I feel like.
Yeah, but you're like one of the guys, right?
Yeah.
Like you
don't have a choice.
And you're a comedian also. So
Yeah.
like y'all have a different kind of skin, a different kind of wit. Y'all, it's like mental jujitsu all of the time.
And I am a lot of times more comfortable hanging out with guys because of what you just said, like the mean stuff. You don't worry about really hurting people's feelings.
Yeah.
Sometimes at the dog park, because those are my dog moms, I'm very PG-13.
Okay.
I put on my wholesome dog mom filter.
Okay.
Do they know that your vagina is on?
Absolutely.
Probably.
Absolutely.
Is it a lot of Lululemon at the dog mom parks? I'm big in the Lululemon scene. It's very comfortable. No, athleisure.
For men?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the professional baseball players who likes me loves Lululemon.
You get a lot of celebrities, right?
Like low-level weirdos.
Do they want to hang out and stuff?
Sometimes, but like professional athletes, I don't know if they're just not that interested in me or like they're kind of dumb. Like,
Well, they're married.
It's a little bit of both.
that's
the problem.
There was a
all.
hockey guy. Okay, I don't. Lucky for him, I don't
Shout
remember
out
his
to
name.
Canada.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. I won't even say it because he was married.
Yeah, no, don't say his name.
He was hot, and so I was like replying, and I was like, "Did it?" And I was like, "Wait, he's private." And like I went to follow him back. And I was like, "Well, let me follow him back. What's going on?" The little detective
Red
mind.
flag,
Google
yeah.
his name. Wife pops up right away. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah.
So then I didn't like his attitude. He just was like asking for like videos and nudes like off the bat, like without giving any like charm.
How do he act?
He's like, send me videos. Just send me nudes. Send me videos.
Was
Like,
he younger or older?
probably a little younger than me. Probably in his 30s.
So that's the thing.
Wait, can I finish the story?
I was bored with it.
I don't care. So I would like so I sent him a couple of things, and then he goes. Then he what did he say? He said something like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna get something a little more racy," and I was like, "Why? Do you think you deserve that?" I was
He
like, "I
wanted
just
you to
looked
do
you up."
blackface.
Yeah, or like CNN or something. Like, what did he want?
I was like, "I just looked you up. You've scored like 2 goals in like 8 years." I was like, "Maybe if you
You
weren't
don't
such
even deserve this.
a mediocre hockey player."
You had some football players too, I remember.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about him.
We don't have to say no names. I don't want to get sued. but
Redacted.
But
Redacted.
But if I describe like his job right now, he's easy to figure
don't describe
out who
his
he
name.
is.
But married.
Mm-hmm.
Married
Quarterback?
guys.
I don't know what position he played.
Okay.
Do you
Damn.
know?
Married
No.
guys. Yeah.
Quarterback? I don't think he
No,
was
he
a
wasn't
quarterback.
quarterback. He wasn't quarterback.
No, I'm just guessing.
I'll tell you who it was after.
It's
But I like the way he talks to me though. Because he's real short. He's like, I just want to come see you, put some cash in your hand. Cash on your hand.
So he's black.
He sounds melanated. That's what I was gonna go with. Yeah.
You just did black. You just did black set.
And
That's
then
very
with
racist.
the whole lean in the clap, I'm like, oh, well, he's a black dude for
I
sure.
think this is the racy shit the hockey player wanted.
Yeah, but he didn't know how to
Be a
approach
black
it.
guy.
He didn't
Yo,
know
I
how
just
to
wanna come by and put some cash in your hand.
Okay, right.
I liked it. I love that. But I never followed through with him. I'm actually, it doesn't appeal to me to actually like break up a home.
You're very like, I wanted to have you on the pod because you're very, it seems at least, like you don't really care what people think.
No.
You're free.
Like, you're very
gotta
free.
be. Well, I think about that, like the thing with the OnlyFans that people say a lot that like I feel like is meant to get to us is like they bring up like your father. It's like what would
The
your
fat man,
Fat and funny.
like that father.
your fat
Like
dad.
what would he think? What would he say? Like why aren't you ashamed? And like maybe it's because of my age or whatever, but like my dad has like no idea about like anything. Like
He will when this comes out.
Yep.
yeah, I know he's a big fan.
I'm gonna
but-
send him.
send him the
I
link.
think your dad's an adulterer.
And it's
Send the
not
link.
even that. Maybe he might be like vaguely aware, but it's just like not.
So you
something-
show up with $3,000 shoes,
Oh, he got
a
an
Louis
Omega.
bag.
That's what I was gonna
Your
say.
sister had a kid, and
Like,
you brought her Gucci'd out baby,
Is
and
he
you think he doesn't
benefiting?
know?
Are they benefiting?
Oh yeah, dad got an Omega.
Yeah, you're very giving.
for his 70th birthday.
Shout out
His
Dad.
wrists were so fat, I had to bring it back and get the biggest band they had.
Mm.
And the sales guy was like, his wrists are fatter than these.
That's
I
the
was
thing.
like,
You're like
yeah.
a very giving person.
Yeah,
Like in
Because you said money is silly, right?
it's stupid.
But you haven't reached that point where you're like walking around barefoot. Like, do you want to reach that point where you're so rich that shoes don't matter and stuff?
It's weird. Like the most of my money that I spend goes to like upkeep and wellness, and like I have 2 gym memberships and like
Equinox.
and Lifetime,
Okay.
and I have a personal trainer.
Mm.
So like that's where like a lot of my money goes, and I would be pissed if I had to do away with that. But that being said, during the pandemic, I just worked out in my apartment by myself with like kettlebells. Like I could figure it out.
Do you think that a woman can both be on OnlyFans and have a traditional job?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
Teachers are getting fired left and right. I think that's a tough profession to do it in. I think it depends on the profession. I think there should be a privacy clause where it's really none of anybody's business what you do with your body outside of your regular job.
No matter the job, or you think it should matter
If you're not hurting anyone.
Shout out to all the teachers out there, because just being a teacher, period, is very difficult.
Absolutely. My sister's a teacher. It's
Oh.
fucking exhausting.
Does she
Your
smoke?
children suck. No.
She needs to, because I
know.
know what teachers go through.
I know.
Yeah.
So you think that in certain jobs you can't?
I think it's probably tough for certain jobs that are seen as like noble and like maternal, like teaching, it's like you go to school and you're teaching a bunch of 8-year-old boys and you're assholes on the internet. I think that would be kind of tough.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being like uptight. I think because it's funny. My sister, who is a teacher, she'll send me stuff about OnlyFans teachers getting fired, and I'm like, and I'll always be like, well, I kind of get it. Like they're around like young boys, blah blah blah. And my sister's like, fuck that. They should be able to make money teaching. We get paid dick.
They get
da, da, da.
paid shit. That's the thing too, where
I'm like,
they don't get
okay.
paid anything. They don't have like mental health services, especially like
Oh,
it's crazy.
The maternity leave shit, they get nothing.
Nothing.
My sister's husband gets twice or 3 times as long as she gets off. It's wild. And she's the
then-
one getting her vagina sewed back together.
Shout out to all of the vagina sewers. And then on top of that, yeah, we said knitting, stitching. But then on top of that, it's like you have to deal with kids who a lot of the times have mental health issues. So
Yeah.
like they're hitting you and biting you, and you're getting
Wild.
paid like what $40,000 a year to live
I
in New York
know.
City. Put that pussy on there, baby. Come on, throw that on there.
Do you think?
Throw that shit on there.
Do you think your OnlyFans would have popped off the same way if you weren't in comedy?
No,
Do you think that helped it?
of course.
And did it hurt the comedy?
It might in like certain pockets of comedy for sure.
Which ones?
I think people just assume that I can't work clean when I don't want to. So,
Yeah, I mean you're not clean, but that has nothing to do
but you
with
see what I'm saying?
OnlyFans.
Like I know, but people could equate that.
But
Yeah.
then also people need to stop like trying to tell people what to do. Like,
I disagree.
Shut the fuck up.
You want to tell
No,
everyone
we
what
Yeah.
to
tell people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I think we
obviously
should-
us, but
yeah.
like
I think other people should stop.
yeah, we're encouraging. Like
Yeah.
we're supporting you making legal money when you think about it. Like
I feel like and you're entitled to your opinion, but when you harp on stuff and you kind of get obsessive about it, like
Do you think everyone's entitled to their opinion?
if you have a certain IQ,
What should that be?
what's the base?
Yeah,
I don't know IQ numbers that well, but like
yeah, me neither. I don't know what IQ
average
is.
intelligence.
Mm.
What's that? What's average?
I don't know. College grad?
Nah, I know a lot of dumb college grads.
Yeah, and then I know some people who didn't graduate college, who are
Yeah.
like mediocre,
Professors, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
mediocrely smart.
I mean, everybody's gonna have their opinion whether I think they should or not, right?
I know, but we could fight it. We could do our part to
that's
silence
very,
people,
Very confusing.
wanna-
like China.
You want to say we have to go to war? I'm so tired.
Yeah. Now, when you get in a new relationship, now are you are you bringing that up first
Yeah.
date? Are you meeting them online? Are you
I
sending them
mean,
nudes right away? What's going on?
I have a podcast called OnlyFans.
Shout out to OnlyFans.
Shout out to the OnlyFans.
Check out
Thanks.
OnlyFans.
Thanks. So I guess like going back to average intelligence, I would hope that like somebody might be able to make the jump that like maybe she has an OnlyFans. Shouldn't be like a hard convo. To
Is it
reach.
on your profile
It's on my link tree.
and on your page on
Shout
your
out to
Instagram?
Linktree.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be more difficult, like Because I asked one of my homegirls who's actually, she's a DJ, and I'm like, could you date another DJ who was like whacker than you? I feel like that would be such a, like you would talk bad on him, especially if he doesn't bring it in the bedroom. It's like, damn, you don't bring it in the bedroom and I mix better than you. Like, I feel like it's even more difficult as a guy.
It's hard when you're in this, if you're in the same career.
Yeah.
Could you date a guy with an OnlyFans?
No, I'm not. He'd be gay. He would be a homosexual. He
Shout
wouldn't
out
want
to
to
gays.
date. He wouldn't want to date me.
Yeah.
I feel that's why I think a lot of the men who do harp on it, and like who I'm talking about, like those guys who have those podcasts that are like, "You're not going to be a traditional woman. You will never. No one will ever value you." Da da da. I'm just like, I think you're just mad that like a lot of women are making this money and you can't.
I'm mad.
Like you're
And
not going to make.
I'm mad about it.
Like because women aren't going to buy it.
Not
Like
even-
that's not what women are spending their money. They're like looking at random guys' dicks.
They're
It's just
making
not.
more money than the guys. I think that's what
I'm
they're
mad.
upset about. Yeah.
Yeah. It's maddening.
Exhibit I.
I wish I had a vagina.
Sometimes
I'd sell it
You would.
you
I
put it
know.
on Front Street.
for $80,000 a month. I would.
You would. You'd have merch with your
Yeah.
pussy, just like no
Yeah.
subscription.
Yeah, I
fee.
feel like you're not capitalizing enough. I would have came to this podcast naked.
Yeah.
if I were you, get some real fans.
Right?
I'll do the Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Just get completely naked. I feel like because now you're so open with it, it's nice because I know some people who have secret OnlyFans accounts.
Yeah.
So then when they go on dates, eventually if things are getting serious, you got to be like, hey, just so
Hey.
you know.
Wait,
Yeah.
can we explore that? That's fascinating to me. That's happened to you?
What?
That you were like gone on a couple dates with a chick and then you find out she has a secret OnlyFans?
Never on a date, but like friends with somebody, and then found out they had an OnlyFans like later on. But never like stuff like she didn't have to tell me, but I knew that it was a secret. She was secretive about it.
One of my homegirls has a feet fans, and she's
Yeah.
like, she's going out to dinner and stuff off of that. So
I think people are public
do you
about the feet thing. I think that's almost like nice.
that's accepted. So that's
Yeah.
it's barriers. Like
I don't
that's
think
the
there's
first
any
barrier.
shame with the feet thing. I mean,
You
some
know.
people, I guess a couple people think it's really weird. But again,
Well, it is weird, but there's nothing shameful about it.
We don't kink shame him.
I don't know one girl that wouldn't sell their feet pics. Marty, would you sell your feet pics? You talked about this.
We've been over this. No.
Oh.
You said you wouldn't?
No.
She's lying.
for $80,000 a
She
month.
lies.
For $80,000 a month.
She's here to lie.
Leave Marty alone. She's here to lie. She's a liar.
That's what she. That's
her
what
role.
She just
yeah.
proves that women are liars.
She just
again and
lies.
again.
Yeah. We go to her and she just lies.
Shout out to the Marty Hive out there though.
I would sell my feet pic.
Yeah. Would
I mean,
you?
but not for pennies.
Are you getting pedicures?
Not for
Are you getting
pennies.
solicited for feet pics?
No.
That's the thing you have to remember about supply and demand. You
Yeah.
know, like there's got to be the demand.
That's the double standard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, but you took a leap. You didn't know there was a demand. You took a leap and just put your vagina out there.
I mean, I think once that like I saw that it was popping off without the vagina, I was like,
But you said at first you made 1,500 clothed. When did you go nude?
I think so. I just started like there's still no pussy on like the main thing. I just started making videos and putting them behind the paywall, and I lowered my prices over time slightly.
Cost
Supply and
efficient.
demand.
I mean,
Well,
it
it's like
is-
think about it, when you're
It's a
first doing it,
recession.
it's kind of fucking
You want Trump to come
scary,
back?
right? You're like, fuck. You're like, I'm fucking doing this. I can't believe I'm gonna fucking have my pussy on the internet. This is wild.
This is a family show, just so you know.
well, family of fucking OnlyFans.
Johan, we're gonna have to blurt these out in the
Yeah,
clips.
yeah. She's
Blurt it all out. So it's kind of like nerve wracking. You're also like, let me see if I can really make like a wild amount of money. And you're like, oh shit.
Have you hit $1 million yet?
That's fire.
That's insane.
That's so crazy.
And
so
in a year, you did it in a year?
No, 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
that's still
Nice.
fire. And look, when you think about it, your
Where
health
is it?
awareness.
On my shoes.
Nice.
That's
Shout out to you.
yeah.
Shout out to all the women whoring their lives away to make.
See?
making $1 million.
Then his subconscious comes out.
Kidding.
What you really think.
No, I'm trying to think because, like, I'm trying to say if I went on a date and the girl told me she made $1 million, I might be like, you know what?
Do you need help with
Do
your
you?
cameras?
Yeah,
Like,
do
what do you
you?
need me to do? Do you need a fan?
That's
Like,
hard to argue.
How do
$1 million
I?
is hard
how
to
do
argue.
I add value
But
to
it's
this?
tough because like most guys are emasculated. Most
Yeah.
guys that I like, here's the double-edged sword that's like so fucked up with like the female psyche.
Mhm.
So if I like being generous and I like buying people stuff and like flashing it, you know, it's more about my ego sometimes than anything.
You're like a man.
Yeah. So like recently I've been like talking to a guy and I'm like, oh, I can get the hotel and the flights or whatever. Da, 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 da. And he was like, okay.
What guy?
I'll tell you later. He was like, okay.
He was like deflated a little bit.
No, but he was like, just like, okay. But and then even though I offered in the back of my head, I'm like, you're just gonna let me pay for this?
No,
It's
you
not
treat men.
right.
I noticed
I shouldn't do that.
you
though.
treat men like
a double
you're
standard.
kind of
It
like
is.
you're kind of like
I'm
a
fucked
female
up.
Harvey Weinstein.
No,
Let's
I'm
say.
not.
You're like-
Don't say that.
You treat men. You're like come to my office.
You're like
He
a 90s
blackmails
rapper.
and rapes women. What
That's
are
what you
talking
do to men.
parts?
That's what you do for men. You're like, come to my office. I'll
No.
send you a car.
You're literally like a 90s rapper.
Yeah. You're like offering men to fly them out, sending them cars, giving them food. You're like, what do you like to eat?
Yeah.
I'll order in.
I do.
And then don't eat too much. Like
Yeah.
you're controlling the situation. I like it.
I got this
Yeah.
joke now that I'm doing where I'm like, where I say women with money are just men,
Yeah.
Basically.
like they
Yeah.
just behave the same way.
Basically.
And you're like a
No,
living example of that.
I think that they're worse because she said it too, where it's like a guy's not gonna be like, "Oh, you're just gonna let me pay for all of this," versus she's like, "This guy really just let me pay
It's like,
for
but
everything."
it's biology. It's something. You know what I mean?
Ah.
That's what I think it is. It's
I don't
just
believe in biology.
Well, it's not about believing in it. It's not like a religion. It's just a.
It kind of is.
No, it's just like facts, like science.
I have my reservations.
You should
Agree
make
to
a-
disagree.
You should make a reservation at a science class.
Don't even get me started on science.
Like, do you know what I like the male like provider type thing? And maybe it's not biology, maybe it's like societal, like imprinted in my mind. Like at least put up a little, like say something like, I can't let you pay for this.
Yeah,
And then I'll still do it, but
but then it's also
You got
like,
high taste though.
like, are you chartering a jet? Because it's like, all right, look, I got JetBlue for us, but if you're gonna get a jet, I can't compete with that.
here's my thing.
Yeah.
This next little trip I'm doing, I'm like, I got myself first class.
Okay.
I'll get your flight, but you're gonna be in 20.
See, that's such a woman thing, right? Because a man would have to.
High
A
five.
man would have to fly you first class if they were in first class.
Yes.
But women could be like, "Ooh."
Yes.
And don't come up here and ask me nothing.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
I'll let you put your bag up in first class.
that's very important. Are you a
why
big
fly him first class.
Nah.
Where you going?
Where do you think?
Tahiti?
To Vegas?
No, I don't know. Maybe Costa Rica.
Oh yeah, you said you want to go to Costa Rica.
Maybe.
To go first class. You been to Costa Rica, Marty?
Is it nice?
She's been everywhere.
Marty's traveled.
She just takes trips by herself.
Yeah.
Me too. I love
she
No
traveling.
phone, no money,
What's-
no
Blessing her
plans.
brains.
I have money now.
With a map. With a map.
Leave
She
Marty
just takes
alone.
a map. She just
I
takes
love
like a
traveling
handwritten
alone.
map when she's like,
Traveling
there used to
alone?
be a there used to be a lighthouse here.
There was a
And you're
port here.
What?
Shut up. Traveling alone is the absolute best.
Is it
I do it often, but she went to like Africa.
Turkey?
That's
by
awesome.
herself.
You do
Yeah.
what you want when you want. You have no one to answer to. It's your life.
Yeah, but then you could get sex trafficked.
But
Marty,
I didn't.
Marty, did
She
you get
didn't.
sex
No,
trafficked?
No,
I
she
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't.
Well, I
didn't.
mean, I know she didn't, and I'm very happy that she didn't. But I
Thank
don't want to
God.
send this message out into the world because our listeners might be like, "Hey, I want to be like Marty," and then they get sex trafficked,
No.
and then they're mad at the Adulthood podcast.
Above average intelligence women travel alone.
or-
You're
and-
fine.
Those aren't our listeners.
And take your phone.
Take your-
And take your phone.
Drop a pin.
Yeah.
You're fine. Traveling alone is great. Think about what a not like inconvenience you are. You're just like fucking moving. You're dicing.
She's really like a dude. That's all. Women don't think like that.
I hate inconveniencing people. I also
Me
hate
too.
being inconvenienced.
Me too. Same.
You're a
Same.
Taurus.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm
April
a May
or
1st
May?
Taurus.
There you go. Yeah. Mercury's always in retrograde here. I'm a May 10th Taurus. That's why I was getting
Oh.
big Taurus vibes.
But I'm a Virgo. Virgo hates inconveniencing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earth sign, Taurus.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Dirty earth sign.
Marty, you look excited.
I do. I love Tauruses.
Oh, do you?
You're okay.
Marty's excited
You're
to hear with
you're like
you.
the bane of my existence, but I
Marty's
really
like-
love Tauruses.
Marty's like, if I wasn't the cutest white woman ever, I would have some words for you. She's like, Tauruses are good. We're good, right?
I made
You're
first
the
of all,
best.
I've made Marty into a star. Like I go
She
on her
Marty
had
own.
never
live.
needed you.
She never wanted it. She actually
that's the
she
funny
actually
part.
fought against it.
Like,
but we
seriously.
forced it.
My Instagram is private.
And-
no, you haven't.
But still.
But
He's
people
lying.
come up to me. No, people come up to me. Everybody that comes up to me at a show, like that listens to the podcast, has a message for Marty.
Literally. And then
Because
everybody
they can't reach her. She's like
she's incognito.
Marty.
Yeah.
And then one of my homeboys who listens every week is just like, tell Marty I said what's up. Tell Marty I said what's up.
Yeah.
I'm like, No, I'm not gonna tell her.
Some girl came up to me last week, and I was in Philly. Shout out to everyone that came out in Philly.
Shout out to Philly.
And she was like we came up, we took a picture, and she was like,
shout out Brandon.
like she whispered to me, she was like, show me a picture of Marty. Come on. I was like, no. She's like, come on, I want to see what she looks like. Just show me her photo.
No.
I love mysterious
Yeah, I was
Marty.
like,
You're like the new Ghostface. Like
Yeah, no
nobody
one has
knows
any
who you
idea.
are, and you're such a pivotal part of the pod. That's what's
Somebody
up.
sent me a thing that they were like, I know what she looks like. And I was like, send me what you think she looks like. And the person, like, they just sent me, like, I think she looks like this. And I was like, no, she looks nothing like that.
It was Rihanna. I
Jesus
sent you a
looks
picture.
nothing-
Is this Marty?
Yeah. I was like, no, there's nothing like it. They thought it was like some blonde, some like tiny blonde. I'm like,
What's the name? Shorty from Harry Potter, Luna Lovegood. That's what they thought. That
I
she
don't watch
looked
Harry
like.
Potter.
What?
What?
You know that.
That's
That hurts
crazy.
my feelings.
We spoke about that in
That's
the previous
ridiculous.
thing. Wait, I actually got a question that somebody wanted me to answer. I want you to help Karen. Somebody sent it on the
I heard that post
Because
nasal.
you
yeah,
are,
sorry if I sound a little stuffy. I've been sick. I'm
Doing
trying to
cocaine.
You are
I'm
a
trying to get
specialist.
over this.
That's one time in Vegas. You are a specialist, and that's why
Yeah.
we're having you answer these questions.
I'm ready.
get. All right, I'll read this message. It says, "Yo, loving the pod, and I now have something to ask the professionals."
Thank you.
By the way, this podcast, like the people who listen, all 25 of them, they're great because they get it.
And they interact.
You know how you get a podcast? Sometimes you go on a podcast and it's like mad hate because they don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah, they've like followed you from another podcast and
Yeah.
they think it's the same vibe.
Yeah, they don't understand what you're doing. But our adulterers, they're like great. They
Shout
understand
out to the
what's going on.
adulterers out there.
Because they
Nice.
know like we're problematic, but like
You're doing
a,
your best.
in a way like loud. Yeah, we're doing our
You're
best.
well intended.
Yes, we have well intended,
You're an idiot.
well intentioned.
You have below average intelligence.
That's kind of like our thing. Okay, yo, loving the pod, and I now have something to ask the professionals. I would like to stay anonymous, so you can refer to me as AD.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Is the question? She has a question part and a context part. Should I ask the question first, then the context, or give the context first?
I think context first.
Context first.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the context. I'm a 29-year-old female with a high sex desire, and I live with my boyfriend who's 34 and is a firm believer of not forcing it. We've gotten into 3 big arguments about this because I've been feeling like I'm the only one who initiates it, and he seems fine either way.
Get out.
So it doesn't make me feel
Run.
good that he's not chomping at the bit,
Get
so to
out.
speak. Since it's not happening that often. No, sorry. I do utilize toys, but I also want him to fulfill my needs too. He swears the issue is not that he doesn't find me attractive or sexy. I think we just view sex differently. What are your thoughts on how things could improve? And the question is, how do you navigate you and your sex partner having different levels of desire of sex? Furthermore, how could I not take it so personally?
Is he on antidepressants?
That's a good question. Right.
Because that just changes everything. Because it's like if you're on antidepressants, it just like affects you physiologically. Like I dated a guy who was on antidepressants for like the first 4
He couldn't get
months.
erections, right?
He couldn't get it up at first.
Not
and then-
even a honey pack or a blue chew.
I mean, he did. Like it was like we had to work towards it, and like his sex drive wasn't there, and then he went off them, and it was
and
like
then it was through the roof. Okay,
Let's
so
go.
that's why we
Yeah.
have our experts here. Local,
so, like
referring to our local
I'm-
expert.
I'm saying get out because I think it's tough on a female psyche to be the only one, like the constant pursuer. It's like a feeling of rejection, like so often from your.
So you saying
partner.
break up with? She lives with him.
At the same time, too, it's like,
Just leave him?
is there
This
communication?
is why you can't have
there?
rich people on the pod. They give you rich people solutions.
Rich
Get out,
advice?
Yeah,
sign
she's
a new
like,
lease.
just leave him and buy a house.
Start an OnlyFans. You need him for.
Rich people solutions.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's in a place where she's writing in for advice on a podcast, I feel like things
Whoa,
are
whoa,
dire.
this is not just a podcast.
This is health and wellness.
No, I
This is health
know.
and
No, I
wellness.
know. I just feel
With
like if she's
35
reaching
volumes
out,
in,
Yeah.
and we've given people like great pointers.
Like we've saved like 2 people so far. From what? I don't know, but we've definitely saved them.
And we ruined like 3 marriages.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
But some might argue helped.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just like some things aren't meant to last forever.
So you think she should just leave her man because they're not up to the sex thing instead
If
of working it
they're
out?
already having conversations, like my thing with my experience is, I mentioned something about it. I was like, listen, it just
How
feels
horny
like,
are you?
I think I'm regular horny.
Yeah, me too.
And
But she says she's above.
She's above average. And
Yeah.
that's another thing too.
so
How long
lucky
did-
him. And she says she's
Not
using,
really.
Not
she's
really.
using tools Also,
Tools, toys.
toys.
Yeah.
I feel like another way to emasculate a man outside of making more money than him is also to have a higher sex drive, because like if you can't compete, you can't compete. Now he's probably has anxiety, like, what is she doing without those toys? First of all, is he working out? If he's not going to the gym, that's another thing.
It's a
too.
great question.
You gotta
Do you
work
think if
out.
we live together, like if you live with your partner, do you have to have sex every day?
No,
How many times a week?
4 minimum.
4 is a
Minimum.
lot.
That's a minimum. That's the baseline.
4 is a lot.
Okay. Now
That's not regular, I think.
But what qualifies?
So maybe we're not the same.
Is there a lot of tongue work?
Maybe I'm below
Is there
average.
finger work?
Sometimes it can be fast. Sometimes it's like a romantic.
How about if
thing.
it's always
like a
fast?
McDonald's?
Like, what?
Yeah.
It can be like a lot of different things.
That's what I'm saying. It's a spectrum.
I
Spectrum
dated
of
a guy
sex.
with-
That's a t-shirt.
I dated a guy with a higher sex drive than me.
Was
and
that
that's-
annoying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're getting the 3 a.m. Like I guess it's not rape.
Baby.
But you're
I guess
certainly
it's not.
you're certainly acquiescing. Like it wasn't your idea. And like that doesn't mean I can't get aroused and like get into it. But it definitely is at 3 a.m. It's never my idea.
So basically,
You could have sex at 12, go to sleep, and then wake up. He'll wake you up at 3 a.m. to have it again.
Yeah, and my thing is I have a hard time going back to sleep then.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, because I probably didn't come, the person I'm fucking thinking about. And meanwhile, he's like,
he's in La La Land. Yeah, yeah. So basically, you're saying that sex drives have to be at least equal or like 60-40?
it's something to it's such an
Consider.
important, consider. It's such an important part, I think, of a relationship. It's like the animalistic way that you connect with your partner. I think it's where like a lot of trust is formed, a lot of vulnerability happens.
So you think AD should leave her man?
I'm saying I think she's in a tough spot, and if she's already verbalized what's going on, and he's not saying I'm gonna do this and step it up and try to change, he's
But
saying there's something wrong with you.
Her question, she wants to improve. She doesn't want to leave. She's like, how can I improve it? And how can I not take it so personally? So she doesn't want to leave.
I think if she's being genuine about wanting to improve it, I think she got to find out like what's really going on, because it might be anxiety, it might be stress, it might be something going like with work or life. You know,
He's
what I mean?
cheating on her. His balls are drained every day.
Or he subscribed to your OnlyFans and he just ain't got it anymore. His right forearm is strong, but his left can't do anything. There's a lot of different things that go into this. A lot
Yeah,
of things that go into
AD, I
play.
think you need to find out if your boyfriend's balls are drained.
I think we
Yeah.
need more context with the guy. We need more intel. We need to know about
Very true.
physiological.
Yeah.
Is he did something happen recently in
Yeah.
his
Let me hit her
family
up.
life?
Maybe I'll get more context.
Is he using anything like Blue Chew? They
Yeah.
got the honey pack. What else is out there? Cialis
He's
or something
34.
like that?
She's 29.
Yeah.
She says, but when she says she has a higher than average sex drive. When women say that, women don't know like averages. I feel like so if she's admitting,
Yeah, they make us leave math class during that. You're
if
like, we're
she's
gonna do-
admitting that
That
it's
it's
higher,
higher?
that means it's probably crazy.
It's crazy.
It's probably crazy.
She's on go time.
Because women will be like, oh, what's the average size of a 10 inches? You're like,
They were talking about their perspective.
that's not average.
That's
Did she
how many-
solicit you for one of your gifts?
Who?
No,
AD?
I bet.
No,
Okay.
no.
Maybe you should send him one.
No. I think like you said, there's a lot of things you need to take into context. Is he on antidepressants? That's the number one.
That's
thing.
number one. Yeah.
Is he taking medication? Because
Yeah.
medication affects your sex drive. Is he on steroids? Steroids
They'll shrivel you up.
Shrivel
shrivel
right
you
up.
up.
You be jacked, but you
Yeah.
jacked
I've
him
dealt
little.
with that too.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Did you
Yeah.
meet him in the gym?
No,
Roid rage?
no, it's on the internet. He's a fighter.
You can't trust the internet.
He couldn't get hard. You have that problem. Like,
It got hard, but it was like
flaccid hard?
wrong.
Yeah.
It was like
it was hard but wrong.
It was like a skinny bone hard, and then almost like his dick skin was like a labia.
This is
flapping.
your family show, Karen.
Like a flag.
We're gonna get this on because I'm gonna market you as like a
it
sexual
behind the-
expert,
Sex
yeah,
expert.
like a
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
A sex doctor.
I hope
That's
he
why
didn't
you
like
speak
send
like
that
this.
in pictures. Like,
MD.
that's something crazy.
No, I saw that in real life,
in real time.
and imagine playing that off.
If you have
Cool dick.
You should have got an Oscar. And then this year's best
You saw
performer.
he sent you a video of it?
Cool.
That's crazy.
No, I saw it.
Wait,
That's
why did it
crazy.
look bad? What was wrong with it?
It had a flag. It had a labia.
It was like the erect part felt like a skinny pinky and then like skin falling off of it.
It had a clit?
Yeah, like
He had a
down, like
mangina?
low, like a shade, like a skin
You
shade.
messed with a guy with a clit on his
Damn.
penis?
Yeah, yeah. I like, and honestly, like, I'm pretty sure like he ghosted me.
Because he was embarrassed.
Oh, maybe. I didn't take it that way. I was like, shriveled dick dude's ghosting me. I was gonna get that.
You like, what does a girl gotta do?
Well, like, what's wrong with me?
All right, let's keep doing this. Like,
Oh my God.
Be funny more. keep
Did
being
you fly
funny.
him out?
Keep being funny.
Did
I
you
did.
fly him out?
I didn't fly him out. That was was that pre anything?
What's the most emasculating thing you've ever done to a man?
I think I laughed at a guy when
During
he came
sex?
really fast. I just got like,
How'd you laugh?
I did
First
like
of all,
Did you break out?
I know y'all don't know averages, but how fast was it?
less than 2 minutes.
Yeah?
Like no thrust, like hardly any thrusting.
And do the laugh right now that you did.
No.
Yeah, because I thought it was so funny.
And what did he do?
Cry?
He was Irish, and he was like, "Are you laughing at me?"
No.
Was it Conor McGregor?
No.
Huh.
I love Irish guys. I
And-
love all guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
I
Irish
know, I
guys,
said-
that's your jam?
I like them once in a while. They're good. It makes me feel connected to my
Was he
roots.
embarrassed? Was he at all connected to what just happened?
Yeah,
or?
he was. This guy was a rugby player, and he was like a really tough dude, like multiple concussions. So
So were you a little scared?
you laugh at him. Yeah. He wasn't as scary as the Albanian guy I dated, though.
Whoa.
What was with the Albanian guy?
He was just like from a crime family. He was
Mm.
very scary. The way he talked about his family having killed people. He was huge. He was like a Golden Glove boxer.
Did he come fast?
He came fast. I actually don't remember. Wait, let me think. This was a long time ago. But I remember one night he got wasted and really mean, and I broke up with him after it because I was really scared he was going to kill me.
Damn, that's crazy.
He didn't
See,
hit me or anything, but he's banging
You,
stuff. He's
the thing
throwing
is,
stuff.
you have a lot of like what they call, and I'm honestly I'm kind of getting annoyed and tired of this word. I feel like it's being overused, but simp, right? I feel like that word is getting overused because I feel like now on the internet I see like it's like simps just calling other guys simps, and then you go on their page
But
and
it's
you're
like, you're
a
in the
simp.
comment section too, bro.
Yeah,
like
right,
you're
that's what I'm
all
saying.
here. You're all
Bro,
in the
like,
ball pit.
If you're commenting on a post calling somebody a simp, I'm like, I don't think a man would do that.
No.
Nah.
That's like a simp shit to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like-
that's internal.
Yeah, like a
reflection.
man doesn't do that. A man sees the shit and then goes and deals with the women that he's dealing with, right?
Right.
He doesn't have time to do that.
Yeah.
But you actually have dealt with real simp.
Love Sims.
Yeah, like
That's
real.
that's got to be a
Are you
mental
the simp
disorder
queen?
too, right?
Some men now, like that's what I'm saying. The war between men and women. Some men now, you open the door for a woman and they're like, "You're a simp."
You're a
I'm like,
simp. Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
yeah. I'm like,
I
what?
love manners.
Yeah,
I think like gentlemanly stuff is awesome. And
Yeah.
like,
yeah. Same. I agree that a man should be a gentleman. Woman, kitchen, men opening doors and
lifting
and
stuff.
buying the food for the
Yeah.
kitchen.
And
women,
buying the
silence,
plane.
no opinions, kitchen. One guy, and I'm sure he's gonna listen to this because he's obsessed with me. One guy,
He's gonna listen to this.
probably.
Damn, that's real obsession.
Make sure he subscribes.
New
I
viewer.
know, but damn, you know how much you got to be obsessed with a girl to hear her go
On
to town
another
with two black guys.
podcast. Yeah.
yeah, he maybe he'll
Oh
turn it
You
my
on.
gotta
God.
really love this girl.
Yeah.
He one time I had blocked his number because he's too needy, but I let him message me on Instagram.
Needy how? Like money?
Because I got to be careful now because I know how you get. Taurus is needy is just like somebody's like saying hi and they're like, oh.
Yeah,
this-
my threshold for needy is
it's
probably
very-
low, but this
yeah.
person was bothering me.
Okay,
Like
okay.
it was like,
But you're also bothered pretty fast.
yeah, and like imagine being these are his messages. Imagine being bothered by this. He would be like, "What
Hope
can
you
I
had a
do for
great
you
day."
today?" He'd be like, "What can I buy you? What do you want, princess?" I'm
Was
like,
he
"Leave me
rich?
alone."
Was he rich?
Yeah.
Blocked. I mean, he's got money because like over the course of I think a couple years now, he's sent me a good amount of money. But I blocked.
I'm gonna
him.
start messaging you that.
I blocked his phone number, and so he messaged me on Instagram. He's like, "I'll give you $500 to unblock my number," and I was like, "You got it." $500. Never unblocked
This is
his number.
after you were rich.
Yeah.
He sent you $500.
Yeah.
You literally do to me what he did to you.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You messaged me the other day, and you're like, "Do you want a Louis scarf?"
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell her to leave me
And
alone?
I said yes, and then you didn't get it.
I just wanted to know if you wanted it.
You're just a man. You're a bad man.
I'll get you the scarf, dude. I'll get it for you.
That's what it is.
You're
the
a
next
bad
time I
man.
see you, I'll give you the scarf.
You're
That's
a bad
definitely
man.
what it is.
I love buying stuff. It's like
You are
the
very
rush.
given. You are very given.
I love-
but you have a short like.
Fuse.
Yeah,
Not
like you
fuse, but like attention span. You said
Yeah.
ADD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember for my birthday,
What happened? Did we get in a fight?
you got me a sweater.
Yeah, because Ian's a piece of shit. I got him a Louis sweater, and you tried it on. You thought it was too small. It fit perfectly.
I knew I was gonna put on a little weight though.
Okay, but then you did something to piss me off.
Wait,
I think I just didn't answer your text like the next day.
That's enough.
you pre-planned the weight?
I think she said like hi, and I
He
answered
ignored
like
me.
later on in the day.
So I returned the
And
sweater.
she was like, I took it back.
I returned the sweater and got myself a new bag.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
And then
you.
she was like, this is the bag.
This is the bag. Remember your sweater? Bye.
You have a certain window.
Yeah.
Hold on, but you
I would have bought you those I would have bought you those sunglasses. but
No,
I
you
didn't.
always offer it. Buy it.
I-
You know,
I
I would
hate-
love to use your vagina money, but that just I like you. I like you for you though. I like to hang out.
You've paid for a meal before.
Yeah, we go out to
We've
go out to
dined.
dinner and
Olive
lunch. Yeah,
Garden?
and I'll pay.
what was I gonna say? You pre-planned the weight?
Oh, that I'm a gain it? I could just feel it.
Like you said that I'm gonna gain some weight. I can't.
I could
You
just
should
feel
have
it.
kept that sweater.
It was a
looked
nice
great.
sweater. How much does a sweater cost? Could I ask that?
I think it was like $1,600. Stupid idiot.
Yeah. Fuck this
But
guy.
I don't use my. I was fine. I don't care. We went out to
I know
dinner. It
that's
was
what
fine.
he always say something. I don't care. I'd like you for you.
I do.
You could have been liking me in a Louis sweater, and we both would have looked fly.
I've seen you go. I've seen your style go like progressively get more expensive,
Really?
more and more expensive.
I
Yeah.
think I'm toning it down.
Why?
Why?
I've like stopped even like bringing my bags to the stand because I'm
Yeah.
like I like to just be like
Mobile.
have less shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the wintertime.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. That's so funny. Like I can't believe you made $1 million.
That's crazy, right?
You think you
that's
could make what?
that's-
How
that's
could we? I
pretty
want to
dope.
get you to make $1 million in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got to do?
I mean, the thing is, I don't work that hard at the OnlyFans.
No, I know. I've seen the page, but I
It's
think
fucked up. Don't do that.
Don't
I
do what?
wouldn't like talk shit about your business model.
That I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with what you said. What's the link? Could we? I want to.
Eminem 69, and everybody's like, "Why did you pick Eminem 69?" It's because I first started my OnlyFans and then I shut it down because I got back together with that guy.
Yeah.
I think I maybe saved like 80 grand or whatever, and then
Saved.
yeah, like I banked like that much money, and then I stopped. I shut it down, and but it was still the pandemic, so I was like barely working, like doing comedy when I could, and like when my bank account started shrinking, and like he and I were not progressing in our relationship, like we were still fighting about all the same shit. I was like, fuck it, I'm going back. And then I put the song "Guess Who's Back" in my Instagram
Jay-Z?
story with my Eminem 69. No, Eminem.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
guess who's back?
Back.
Oh,
Back
back
again.
again.
Shady's
Ah.
back.
Butthole's back.
Just to piss him off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, all right. Before I want, first of all, AD.
First of all,
I want to go back to AD. I feel like we didn't give her.
Oh
her
yeah, we didn't
answer.
wrap. I'm
AD,
sorry, AD.
get out. You can do
Sorry,
better.
AD.
She's saying get out. I'm saying.
I'm saying she should be a porn star.
I-
Sounds like.
yeah. She just started OnlyFans.
Yeah.
With her sex drive.
I think
Yeah.
she needs to like put some like blue chew or Cialis in his drink or something.
That's. I don't think that's. I don't
Can
think
you
you
not
could do
do
that.
that?
Yeah, I don't
You
think
can't
that's
Have you
legal.
guys
I mean,
ever
they
had
live
low
together.
sex drives?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
you
What
reach-
was it about? Like when was it?
Turning 30.
Yeah.
I was on medication and I had lowered my sex
We
drive.
were on antidepressants?
No, not antidepressants.
Oh.
Not antidepressants.
SRIs?
For some reason, I thought it would
You're
be.
not going to divulge the medication though.
Yeah, I was
just
going to.
Okay. I didn't
No.
know.
For some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to go on Propecia.
What's
Like
that
ahead
for
of
hair?
time for no
hair.
reason. Yeah.
You have hair.
So I know, but it says like it's preventative, and then I was on it for like a couple months, and I don't know. I felt like my sex drive was lower.
You're probably right.
Like
That's
like they say, some people argue that it's not a real thing, but my sex drive was lower. Like I remember, I knew my sex drive was lower. I started feeling it. I was like, I'm not that horny anymore. But I remember I was at the gym and a girl walked by with like
Crazy.
a fat ass, and I was like,
You felt nothing. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like,
You're like,
nothing.
we gotta get off this.
Yeah, I
shit.
was like, I gotta get off
We gotta
this.
go
There's
to the
support
doctor.
groups for that, brother.
Yeah, I was like, I
That's
gotta
really
get off this.
complicated, and it's good that you guys.
Maybe
are
he's on
talking about
Propecia.
it.
Maybe he's
There you-
34.
There you go.
He's losing his hair.
Yeah, maybe he's losing his hair. That'll lower your sex drive.
That shit sucks.
It's not you,
no.
AD. Listen, I will say this to you, baby
It's not
girl.
you.
I will say this to you, baby girl. If a man, if you live with him, you guys are splitting the rent, or he's paying the rent, or whatever the situation you guys got going, he obviously likes you.
Yeah.
I don't think he does not like you.
And she doesn't want to leave.
Yes, I think it's something more. And I think you should honestly have an honest conversation about it.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should even set a number. This might seem a little too like transactional, but set a number. Like, hey, we should have sex 4 times, or she'll probably say 20 times a week or whatever. And then just hit that number. And then you're both happy.
Are they working? Maybe he's tired.
That's another thing too.
I know,
Probably beat.
I know.
You know, she's 29, so she's still full of energy. He's like,
Yeah. I mean, she's only going to get hornier.
That's the thing. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's going to get less.
Yeah.
they could bring another guy into
Life
the
is
relationship.
balanced.
That's always
Whoa.
an option.
Like
Wait a
a-
minute. What?
like a
just
poly?
happened here?
Like a poly.
She's
know.
dude.
Just like a stud.
I think the adulthood thing is to have a conversation about it. And then honestly, AD, have a conversation about it and get back to us. Because then
Yeah.
there's other steps that we want to suggest.
We need to follow
But
up.
we need to hear, I hit her up. I want to see if she answered. We need to
Okay.
hear, oh, here you go.
Do we have a phone?
Okay. Yeah, she answered back. All right. What do you guys want to ask?
We should call her.
We're doing the pod now.
Can we
Have a couple questions.
Can we patch
What?
her in?
Is your boyfriend bald?
That's
wait,
number one.
wait.
Is
Antidepressants.
your boyfriend
You're just gonna fire these all
losing
off?
his hair?
I said we should call her.
I said, is your boyfriend losing his hair?
Okay.
Okay. And I asked, is he on
And,
antidepressants?
also, is he overweight?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is he depressed?
Is he on
Just to know.
antidepressants?
Because you got to go to the gym. It
No,
helps.
my best friend, her boyfriend's overweight and he has no sex drive.
What does he eat?
He eats garbage.
Yeah.
He eats like hot dogs.
Ugh.
He makes
You could have sex every single day.
no.
She said 4 times, right? That's the minimum. But then another thing too is like, have they gone on vacation?
Yeah, what do you think on a vacation? How
A
much
woman's
sex?
vacation sex
It's a lot
drive
of
is
sex
like
on vacation.
it's ridiculous.
He's not losing his hair
How do
totally,
y'all
but he
turn
has.
it up like that?
Hold on, he's not losing his hair, but he has one spot that's not growing like normal.
Okay.
Finding a pick.
You're-
no.
That's not the point.
No.
No, I want to know if he's thinning
Yeah.
because he's probably on Propecia.
Okay.
But you can't know that for sure until you ask if he's on Propecia. He
I
might not
could
care.
look at I could look
He might
at
not be
I could look at
vain.
his hair and be like, he's on Propecia.
No, but he might not be vain like you. He might not care. He might not
He's
be in
vain
the
like me.
entertainment industry.
He's vain like me.
Nah.
He could be in IT. Nobody's seeing his head. Maybe he wears a hat. Maybe he's
Hair-
a football coach.
Hair is a thing, especially for men.
But
Yeah.
there's a thing where the 34-year-old is like, if you don't care, then it looks like a disaster. So you don't care. Obviously, that person's not on Propecia.
Yeah.
But if he's trying to keep it together,
He cares.
that person cares.
Yeah.
He's on Propecia.
Oh, I thought you said that she confirmed.
No. She said he's on it. If you compare, he was a pro athlete.
It might be steroids.
Yeah, or just not being a pro athlete anymore might. be
No
depressing.
antidepressants. But he was a pro athlete. I think maybe he's
What type of athlete?
And then
Head trauma?
when did he stop? We should just call her. Can we set up like a Google phone number so we could have the fans call in?
she wants to remain anonymous.
Yeah.
I can. but
We could do a Google line, right?
I can.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Not right
Not right
now.
now.
Not right
For the
now.
future,
Yeah.
because I feel like
What, Ian? What?
what was
He's a black.
Now I don't believe a word
I
she's
didn't know.
saying.
Yeah.
Now
I'm
she's
on
a
his side.
liar.
Oh,
Women are liars.
Oh,
Wait, she sent a
damn.
picture of him?
Now I'm on his side of both of them.
we're not catching this on the camera, are we?
I'm blurred.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Whoa.
First of all, what a cute couple.
I had no idea it was interracial. I had no idea
What?
it was
Who cares?
interracial.
Interracial. You're such a nerd. Who cares? What does that really have to do with anything?
This changes everything.
It changes a lot. Was he a college player?
Football.
College?
What position? A lot of head trauma.
CTE.
And one more question.
CTE, which actually stands for created to eat my pussy.
Boom.
Karen.
That's a t-shirt.
I've been saying that on stage lately.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a t-shirt.
Who's doing-
Are you
who's-
worried about your YouTube strikes? You worried about your little strikes?
I'm asking how many times a week seems normal to her.
To her.
So I could get a gauge on
What
who
if she
is.
says like 15? Like
She also looks a little like,
hypernympho?
yeah, I mean, I don't.
Horny?
Yeah, like, but horny in like an organized way.
She looks like organized
Please,
horny.
please.
That's a t-shirt.
Hold on. Please expound because that's very interesting. Organized horny.
You want to see the photo?
That's
Yeah.
golden.
I'll show you.
Can we show her after?
Yeah,
like
I'll show you.
I like when I feel like when she's trying to like seduce him or like get him in the mood, she's not like, "Hey, baby." She's like, "It's time to fuck."
It's on
I
the
kind of like
schedule.
that.
You would
Guess who's home?
like a little gerbil, like, "Hey, honey,
How do you do it? How do you seduce a
what's your
man?
call?" What?
How do you seduce a man?
How do I sit? I don't.
Come on.
She's
I
a
don't
guy. That's a very guy response.
What do you do? What are your moves?
She can't give that up. That's proprietary
I don't
information.
know. I feel like I don't have that many moves. I allow the guy to lead.
Not with these simps you're dating.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't date simps.
Oh,
But what's the simp experience like? I feel like we were talking about that, but then AD. We're gonna get back to AD in a second. What's the simp like? Are you the queen of simps?
Part
she's
of
one
me
of them.
feels guilty when you're like taking money from them, like when you're like doing like FinDom stuff, because it's like you don't know if they have the funds to be throwing at you the way they do.
You're an ethical
I still take
Wait
it.
a minute. She said
15,
this is.
20.
If she's saying 20, she's
She said once a week. I'm like, you guys can't do once a week.
oh,
He's cheating.
Yeah.
I told you,
That's-
get out of there. He can't fuck you once a week. Get out.
What's that?
Yeah, I mean, once a week, AD. I mean, you'll be listening to this as you should be able to do once a week. Wait, you guys live together and can't do once a week?
Something's going on there. We need
Yeah.
a deep dive.
I would when I'm in a relationship with a guy, I have a lot of morning sex.
Morning sex is a good way to start your day.
You're
Great way to start your
recharged.
day.
Everybody,
Yeah.
you just slept.
You're in
Yeah.
a good mood. You got some endorphins.
That's
running.
right.
Yeah,
All the hormones are,
You
should be
prefer it
higher,
overnight?
balanced.
because you have a weird schedule because you're a comic, but then you're up early.
Yeah.
For the gym.
Yeah, the gym and the dog.
I mean, look, I think if you live with somebody and you can't get,
It sounds like the relationship is
it
deteriorating.
And then-
sounds
But
it
how
doesn't
long?
sound like.
How long have they been together?
I bet a
Oh.
long time.
I don't know, but maybe he's gay.
Nah.
No, I think.
I mean, if he is, shout
Shout
out
out to him.
There's also something to be said for having like downturns in relationships. Maybe it's like
I know that is true. I had a friend that told me that he went a year without having sex with his wife.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But she pregnant?
no, just a year. They just weren't on the same page for that year. Like,
Did they stay together?
Yeah, now they're happily married.
What? How did they fix it? This is what AD needs.
I mean, I think they went to counseling and they worked it out. But that a marriage is different, obviously, right? Because you're not just. I feel like if you go a year without having sex with your boyfriend or girlfriend, that's gonna be done.
Yeah.
But a marriage, you work through it. But
Mm.
yeah, he did it in a year. I was shocked, but he was like, yeah. But then I told other people who've been married, and they was like, yeah, that happens.
wow.
Damn.
That happens in a marriage. You never been married?
No,
Do you
wanna
want to
get
get
married?
married?
I don't know. If the right person.
Would you make a
wants
guy
to.
sign a prenup?
No,
No,
I'm not that smart.
old school.
Yeah, I'm not that smart.
Let him take half your money.
Go ahead.
That's not true. You got an 800 on your SATs.
All right.
At 800,
16?
Well,
600.
Or
wow.
24?
Well, per test.
Oh.
Yeah.
I am smart, but
What did you want to do?
I assume
He's
if
the
I do
owner of
marry
the
a guy,
gym. I think he's on steroids.
Yeah.
yeah, he's probably on steroids.
He has to cycle off.
If I do marry a guy, I'm hoping he'll be rich too. I'm trying to join funds.
Yeah.
So the prenup thing, I'm not getting a foster kid.
You say you want a kid?
No,
Oh,
but I probably would have to have a foster kid now that you bring it up.
I think she said their schedules just don't match.
I mean, that's tough too.
That's tough, too,
If
yeah.
she's
That's
asleep
tough,
when
too.
he gets home, vice versa, it's tough.
Yeah, I think have a conversation. Conversation. That's the number one thing in adulthood. Self-awareness. Conversation. Sit down. Talk to him. And if he can't do you right, then it's time to move on. AD.
And you also have gifts for that too, right?
The vibrators.
Yes.
I ran out of them already.
What? You gave them all out?
Yeah, people were requesting them.
Damn.
You
All
went-
right, player.
Where'd you go? The convent?
Marty, what did you do for Thanksgiving? Where'd you go?
I went to Scotland.
Why?
Into the mic.
Scotland's
Into the mic.
beautiful.
Why'd you go
Wow.
to Scotland?
I wanted to.
You never been there?
No.
What'd you do?
Chase the reins.
Yeah. I went to the castle.
Puffins?
I didn't see any puffins.
They
because I
puffin
was
hating.
sick for the first few days.
What'd you have?
Oh.
I won't blame the person who got me sick, but I know who it was.
You had like a cold?
Yeah, I had a cold for the first few days.
Was
So,
it ear?
Everyone has a code.
yeah.
You got me sick, probably.
I did not get you sick because I
Did you
didn't
get me
see you
sick?
in the time that I got sick. I was sick for 1 day, okay? And I know who got me sick, and I
Yeah.
will not say it.
Johan's sick now.
Yeah, I might have gotten Johan sick.
Yeah.
But both of us then got sick from the same person. But you're like, I'm not talking.
Okay.
Um,
Shout out to Johan.
and then I went to Portugal for a bit, and then I went to Paris.
You just book a flight on your own. You head over there. That's
Yeah.
it.
Did you take the
That's-
train or
that's impressive.
multiple planes?
No, I flew.
From each-
I flew from here to Paris to Edinburgh to Portugal to back to Paris, back to
Back
here.
to here.
Yeah.
You didn't write down any good stories for the podcast?
Oh, for this?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna be like, Marty, this isn't a good story. But I thought it was
For sure.
Yeah.
Did you haunt anybody with a white sheet?
That's how you what?
Did you haunt anybody with a white sheet?
No, but so in Portugal, like I had a lot of stuff to do while I was there. So I was kind of like
What'd you have to do?
I was like holed up. And, you were very nosy
Do
human.
you speak Portuguese?
But I don't speak Portuguese, but I hold myself up in my Airbnb to just crank everything out because I was very much college mentality. And people dress really nice there. They take going outside seriously.
I respect
And
that.
I operate under the idea that if you're within 3 blocks of your apartment or where you're staying, it's the bodega rule.
Yeah.
They see you uglier than anyone in your life.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and that's totally fine. And I operated like that there, holed up like a raccoon, just cranking shit out. And I went outside one day, literally in my underwear, in the Lululemon tiny shorts
Yeah.
and a bra
You're like Kerryn.
to buy junk food to continue on. And there were I stopped people on the street
Because you would look so bad?
because I looked like I was crazy because I just
Mm.
walked outside
Really,
without
do you
clothes.
need help?
Yeah, because that was because it's a nice society there that cares about people. So the reaction was much more
Did you know anyone over there?
are you homeless and are you alone and
yeah.
do you need us
You
to
need
call
help.
someone?
Ah.
And I didn't really realize it until I was on the phone and I was screaming about periods on the phone, which is another American thing to be on the phone in public. So I just wasn't wearing clothes and I was talking about my period really
Wait,
loudly
periods?
on the phone and
Like punctuation or menstrual?
menstrual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just being
And
clear.
people-
Do you know any? Did you know anyone over there?
No.
Mm.
I just went by myself. And I took a lot of naps. And then yeah.
This is good stuff.
but the
I love
amount
it.
of, the
This is
amount,
good podcast stuff.
I love it.
I think
thought-
a t-shirt came out of it.
I will
Bodega
say-
protocols,
Yeah.
you know.
It's
It-
very true.
I
it
took
was
a
an
lot of naps.
eye-opening moment. I was like, wow,
Yeah, you seem
I-
different.
Was
I'm
it
a crazy
warm
person.
to be
but-
out in your underwear like that?
No, it was cold. But
But you're from Alaska, so it's like
it was just one of those moments where you look around and you're like, wow, I've really gotten to the point where it's me. I'm the problem on the street. I'm the person that's ruining everybody's experience right
Self-awareness.
now. And I just have 0 shits to give about any of it. And I was
Self-awareness.
Like,
I think the
it's fine.
podcast has helped. I think it's helped you. I
But
think.
thanks,
She said
Ian.
no.
Karen, before we wrap this up, what would you say to the adulterer listening to this that's thinking about starting an OnlyFans?
I think you have to weigh the pros and cons.
The pros is $1 million.
in 2 years.
Yeah.
And what's the cons?
If you come from a place where your family's gonna treat you differently and shame you, it's everything gets leaked.
Yeah. It's going to be
So,
out there, right? If you put it,
yeah.
it's going to be out there.
You can probably do a secret one, but then if you do a secret one, I highly doubt it's as lucrative as the public ones. So you gotta weigh. I don't think it's that smart for young girls to do it, especially if they don't have big followings.
You think the old joints should?
Experience.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The
Should be
oldies.
fucking Cougar Town.
Yeah.
Day and
That's
day.
Grandma's fans.
I think I say that because I don't think you know yourself yet, and I don't know if you know what you can handle and what you can deal with, like public shame and stuff.
So
like
what
that.
age you think?
I think at least 30. You should wait till you're at least 30.
Yeah. It's probably men listening to this completely disagreeing.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah,
I
because they
guess-
want to buy the 18-year-olds that have fucking OnlyFans for $3 a month. I'm like, what are you
There's 18-year-olds like
doing?
that? They have that?
But like, there's also like, it's kind of sketchy when like Bad Baby, was
Yeah.
it Baby or Bobby, whatever, when she joined
Baby.
because like you had a bunch of dudes like on
She
her
made
18th
millions,
birthday,
right?
she made millions, but it's like, so basically y'all were just waiting in the waiting
Waiting.
room.
We know
for
her.
to- I know we do. Not like that. She was, it's a long story, but like y'all
Danielle?
were just waiting for her
Yeah.
to turn 18. Like what? I think that's even extra creepier.
It's pretty
But-
creepy.
All right.
But it's
Uh,
male. I don't
yeah.
know. It's not
So you said,
surprising.
wait till you're 30.
I think
Know
so.
who you
If-
are.
Well, there's exceptions, right? I think Bad Baby is smart for doing what she did. She
Mm.
was a public figure. She's gonna make bank. Yeah, listen, if you're 19 and you have a gazillion followers on TikTok, you're gonna make bank on OnlyFans. It's up to you how you want to be kind of like viewed.
Yeah. What about one more to the if you're dating somebody on OnlyFans, what's the appropriate way
So
to
what?
treat them?
Hit them. Just backhand these hoes. They don't listen. She's gonna act like a hoe on the internet. She's gonna get treated like a hoe at home.
Karen, tell them where they can find you,
Is that how
Karen.
you laughed when he came quick, just like that?
Yes.
Oh,
Tell
damn.
everyone where they can find you.
Check out my podcast called OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We got about 101,000 subscribers there. Thank you.
Huge YouTube channel.
Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on X. When's this coming out? The 11th or 15th? I'll be in Houston.
H-Town.
I did Houston. There's listeners from Houston. Go out see Karen. Her
The
stand up is
15th.
very, very funny.
15th and the
Hilarious.
16th.
She emasculates men on stage. It's hilarious.
Efficiently.
If they ask for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
And big shout out to everybody that's sober out there. Shout out to the sober gang too.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
Holidays are
shouts-
tough.
Yeah.
Sober gang. I kind of want to do a episode on sobriety at some point. But yeah, shout out to all the sober people. The holidays definitely are tough.
Are you coming out with a special soon or
I'm thinking about it.
you should?
I should. Soon.
Soon, baby. I've been telling her for a while to do it.
Yeah. He could direct it.
Yeah, I'll direct it.
Don't look at me like that when you say it.
We'll put it on OnlyFans.
It'll be a hit.
I'm gonna be. I think I'm done for. This is the 11th year. I'm done for the rest of the year. I just got Miami the 27th and the 28th.
Who's bringing the coquito?
That's it. Come see me at the Miami Improv, December 27th and 28th, and then next year in January we're off to the races again. I got Denver, Austin, Arizona, Texas. I'm all over.
Shout
Ian
out
Lara
Denver.
Live for the dates. IanLaraLive.com. Ian Lara Live on Instagram.
Big
Y'all know where
shout
to
out
follow us.
Denver.
Adulthood Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. We're going to be doing guests all this month. It's our holiday guest series. Thank you guys for being supporters.
Thanks,
We
guys.
appreciate the love.
We got
Shout
merch
out,
coming soon.
shout out. No. We got to get merch. I know Adulterers want merch.
I
We got
love
to get
merch.
something.
They do.
Yeah, we
Big
got to
shout
get
out to
something.
Brandon, always asking about
Yeah.
the merch every episode we drop. My man, B Brown.
Shout out all you guys who listen. Karen, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
doing
so
this.
much.
I loved it. I had a great time.
Our
Yeah,
expert, our resident expert.
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody wants to, people probably gonna hit you up off this, saying like, "Hey, how do I get started?"
Yeah.
Don't tell them.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you might get like another 1,500 in your OnlyFans, but like, no, that came
That
from
came from us.
yeah,
Okay.
the Adulterers.
And I know
Yeah.
there's many the guy listeners who want to see it. Go to her
They're probably
OnlyFans.
like they're on your page
Give her money.
right now. Like,
Give her your money.
Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
your money.
Give her your money.
I'll
She
use it
needs
to buy you a scarf.
Daddy
Yeah.
needs a new scarf.
She's a giver.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Adulthood Pod. Later.